Hey everybody, Alucard 2089 here again. This is Friday night, and today we're going to be playing some Omega Blast. This is part of a competition that the other awesome YouTuber, Shmup Junkie, is holding right now. There's probably a few of you watching here, and so I'm probably not going to kill it tonight, but I'm going to try to outdo myself and the scores that I've been chasing for the last week. So I topped my high score the other night by a little bit, but I'm still trying to get better at this and hopefully at least get up there in the 900K club. So we got a few people here already. We got Cassius here. What's up, man? Ring Fit Master, Insured Wings, and the Zonzinzi. And thank y'all for coming by. And we're gonna try to kick this game's ass, hopefully. But it's probably going to kick my ass a lot more than I kick its ass, but that's okay, because we're going to have a lot of fun. So I've been trying to get the stream set up, and had a little bit of issues with that at first, so I already almost went through a beer here. So I'm sure I'll go through quite a few more tonight playing this. Not sure how long I'm going to play. I guess we'll just see how it goes. But if you're drinking tonight, cheers. You know me, I usually am having a beer on the stream. And I'm just playing this on an emulator right now with the Sega Saturn Retrobit controller. This thing's probably going to crap out on me a few times through the night. Sometimes I have to unplug it and plug it back in, because the button mapping will change all of a sudden for some reason. And so, got a cool package today. If you guys haven't seen the video yet, go check that out after the stream. I'm sure you'll like that. And you'll be seeing more of that console in my videos as well. Decided to do this one outside tonight, just so I could have everything set up the way I normally do out here, using a second monitor like this with the laptop. So I will go ahead and change to the gameplay screen here and go ahead and turn this game on and start the grind. I'm gonna pull up my chat here on the side. All right, I'm ready to go. So we're gonna get this started. Oh man, just couldn't get away from him. I think my highest score so far is like just under 600,000. It was like, I think it was 588 or 89,000. Trying to at least break 600,000 and beat this boss. If I can do that, then I should be in, you know, probably at least the 800K range. And then once you get that good, it's basically just trying to shave off a few seconds here and there, you know, beating that boss. But you know, it's been an awesome couple weeks. Um, I've bought a ton of stuff here lately, you know, just upgrading the retro setup and everything. Um, I really wish I had an EverDrive so I could play this on original hardware. But, I mean, it runs well enough on the emulator, you know. But eventually I will get an EverDrive. They got some awesome Black Friday deals right now on those. Um, I actually meant to look into that a little bit before I started the stream. So I don't know, it might be a little bit too late to get one now for that price. I barely got that one. Ah, got stuck in the bullets there. Ring Fit Master says, tonight we break the record, don't disappoint. Yep, hopefully not. I'm sure Wings is here. He said, just saw the gold PS2 unboxing. The Eldorado, that's a good name for it, man. How you doing tonight? Borderline says, what EverDrive do you need? I've been looking at getting the Mega EverDrive Pro, but the Crix website and I think Stone Age Gamer has some pretty good sales on it right now. I think on the Crix website it's like 160, I believe, which isn't too bad. That's like 40 bucks off. Was thinking about maybe ordering one of those. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'm Borderline. I'll definitely DM you here in a little bit. And that's a good deal, man. I'll definitely DM you about that here in just a little bit. Willing and Dylan on the YouTube. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong at all. I do the same thing, man. I'm willing and Dylan a lot too. I'm sure Wing says, I like the big old dusty black one I have. Yeah, man. I wish I actually still had the original one that I used to have when I was a kid. The fat PS2. But right now I've got a black slim US model. And then now I have two Japanese ones. The red one and the gold one now. That gold one definitely reads disc better than the red one because I cleaned the laser on the red one, but it still seems like it has trouble reading disc though. Sometimes, like, it just skips a little bit. But I remember back in the day, you know, taking those fat PS2s apart and cleaning the lasers on them, and I couldn't tell you how many friends I had that screwed up theirs because I guess they didn't trust me to do it or wanted to do it themselves. And well, as soon as they took the top of that case off, they tore the fucking ribbon cable off of it, and then it never worked again. I didn't get the bonus. That's alright. Let me get to the boss here and get some practice in. Didn't get that bonus in time either. At least I made it to the boss. I have my speed too low. Not doing too bad so far right now though. Alright, on borderline. Sounds like a deal, man. What size SD card you got? 128. Alright. Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. I was like, well, I could get that Mega Overdrive Pro and the Effects Pack Pro, but then I'd have to get some big ass SD cards for both of them too, so that's quite a bit of money for all that. But Reluctant Heroes here, what's up, man? I'm sure Wing says the best PlayStation is a jailbroken one. Yeah, I had thought about maybe doing a region mod on them before. And then I kind of just decided to go, with the Japanese consoles just because they got so many cool ones, that we never got before. Alright, last run wasn't too bad. Hopefully I can do better this time. I at least want to get into 600,000s tonight if possible. I ran right into that ship. That would have been a pretty solid run if that wouldn't have happened. Amateur mistake. Reluctant Hero says, what are you playing this on? I'm actually playing this on an emulator right now. I'm playing it on RetroArch. And, if I had an EverDrive, I'd just play it on the Genesis, But, it runs good enough on the emulator, though. But, it would be a bonus to be able to play it on my CRT and stuff like that with a wired controller. Oh, awesome. I'm sure Wings, he says, heading to Cigar City earlier tomorrow. You got time for day drinking. Yeah, that's cool, man. I might be able to make it. I'm not really sure, though. Or at least maybe have a beer or two. But if they're open, man, might go up there. You want to send me a text? Reluctant Hero says, I need to put work into this tomorrow. Yeah, man, have you been playing it here lately? I know we've got till like Sunday, or basically like all through Sunday to be able to post the scores and everything. But there's one guy's already cleared over 1 million, and I don't even see how the hell it's possible. I mean, it'd be extremely hard, you know, to get 1 million points. I think there's only one person that's done it so far, but I'm struggling just getting past 600,000. But as soon as I get like one good run in and beat this boss, and I think I'll be able to do it more, you know, after that. I mean, each run's a little bit different too because of like your timing and the enemy spawn timing and stuff like that. So, you know, one thing with me too is like with a lot of shooters, it's like I kind of strategize the hell out of every little thing, and then I kind of come up with like these, you know, for me, like perfect strategies, I guess you could say. But some of these shooters are more predictable, I guess, than this one. I don't know how the hell I got past that. I couldn't destroy all them blocks though. But I've used a save state one time just to beat the boss. And so I got to the boss and I died, and then I used a save state and immediately beat the boss, but I didn't count that score though. That score was like, I think 600,000 or 670 something thousand, like if I would have done it on the first run. So I know I can do it, it's just gonna take some time. And I didn't play it at all yesterday, and then there's one other day this week that I didn't get to play it. I think it was Sunday, actually. Sunday night. But it's a hell of a lot of fun though, man. I'd love to find the cart for this, but I bet it's hard to find now. Yeah, man. Play that shit on the Nomad, dude. That'd be badass. I think there is a cartridge though, because there's a. I've only found one picture of it, but there's a box, and the cartridge is like a see-through lime green. But maybe if it's it could be a repro though, maybe. But even if it was a repro, that green cartridge was awesome though. And I was looking at it a little bit ago too, and there's some on Etsy that they sell repro carts of it, but it's not those green ones though. I always have the most trouble with that second set of blocks there. Damn. That'd be pretty cool playing that on the Nomad though, man. One of these days I'll have to pick up a Nomad and a Turbo Express. Ah. And just so you know, I'm probably going to be kind of plastered by the time this video ends. Because if I'm taking a sip of beer every time I dive, then that's going to add up pretty quick. Damn. Can't believe I got through that shit either. Damn. Still not too bad. Alright guys, well I'm out of beer, so you know what time that is. I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, I'm back. Alright, I'm borderline. Hey, I'll hit you up as soon as I end the stream about the EverDrive. Alright, last run wasn't too bad, so hopefully this one will be pretty good. But man, really though, for a caravan shooter, this game is fun as hell. I mean, like, it doesn't get boring, I can say that. I mean, I'm fine with sitting here playing it for hours and trying to beat my high score, you know? Ah, timing didn't work out in my favor that time. Turned the tractor beam into a repulsor beam. Yeah, and this one, it's basically just two, well, it's 3 buttons, but you really only need 2. I mean, you got your standard shot, then your rapid fire, which I'm using right now, and then one of the buttons changes your speed. But there's no bombs or anything like that in the game. It's just the main shot that you have right now. I ran into those ships there trying to get in the middle. I don't know why I did that. But that's the thing about this game, is sometimes you have shitty runs for a while, and sometimes you'll be able to get to the boss a few different times, you know, and then it's kind of like you start over again. Stuff like that'll happen. Damn. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, man. I'm sure Wings. I like the different weapon variants and stuff like that, in different games and stuff like that too. This is more of like a caravan shooter, just for like competitions, because you only have 2 minutes, and it's basically just like a high score chasing type of game, you know. But yeah, I mean, mostly, you know, the kind of shooters I play are like that, which you've seen, you know. all the ones I play. I still really want to pick up a copy of Dodonpachi for the Saturn. I absolutely love the weapons in that game. Didn't get that bonus in time. Whew. Damn. I got greedy and was trying to still hit them blocks in time. I should have just tried to get to the boss at that time and get a little bit of practice in. But the one thing I do love about these kind of shooters though is just the learning curve. I mean, just there's so many little nuances about it and like strategies that you have to take in order to get good, you know. And even with the boss, it's all about the time that it takes to beat him, because for every second he's still on the screen, that's 10,000 points you're losing when you get your last big bonus at the end. See, these things came early this time, so now I'm gonna have to worry about these guys shooting at me. And I didn't get that bonus in time because of that. PCE Girl 89 here, what's up? Yeah, trying to kick Omega Blast butt before it kicks mine. But I've been kind of struggling with it. But not having too bad a run so far. Got to the boss a couple of times, so that's a good thing. And trying to at least break 600,000 tonight. If I can get up any higher than that, then that's just a bonus. Didn't destroy those blocks fast enough. God, that was crazy. I don't know how the hell I dodged that shit. Highest score right now was in the 580,000 range. It was, I don't remember the exact number, but it was really close to like 560,000. But if I can just beat this boss with the runs that I'm having right now, I'll probably be at least in the 700,000-800,000 range. But depending on your timing and everything, these enemy spawns can be completely different. So it's kind of hard to have the same run twice, I guess you could say. That's the best way I could describe it. I missed that gold block back there just to survive, really. Didn't get them fast enough. I always have the most trouble with those. Reluctant Hero says, I love how if you don't play at max speed, the game's like, haha, get fucked. Yeah, it's pretty, that's the truth, man. When you get to the boss, you kind of have to slow it down at least to like, I put it on 3, but I've seen a lot of people put it on like 1, and they'll get like right up there in the boss's face and stay there until he like actually starts shooting bullets. And I've tried that a couple of times, but it'd be hard to do consistently, I think, you know. But that is one way to shave off, you know, at least a second or two, you know, of that boss's life, so you do get a bigger bonus at the end. And I mean, that's one way people are getting up in the higher 900,000 range and the million point range. But I'm just not that good yet. I mean, I do point blank stuff a lot in shooters, but getting this far, like, in it to point blank is kind of like risky, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of like all or nothing, you know. It's, you got to go in balls in, I guess, to be able to do it. Yeah. Zazon Zenzi says the 8,000 points item will grant you some frames. You'll want to use that. Yeah, it's definitely useful, especially at the first part too. There's sometimes I use that exploit like specifically just to bypass some of those bullets. All right, that was my bad. I do need more Miller power. Nicotine helps as well. You're right. As Smoke Junkie always says, smoke them if you got them. Yeah, it is too bad they're sitting on the PC Engine. It'd be cool to play it on a GT or PC Engine. Oh, that's awesome, Reluctant Hero. Are you gonna get the screen mod on the Nomad? Ah, man, that could have been a really good run too. Those damn looping enemies. You gotta watch out for the ones that come up behind them. Ooh, got all the bonuses. Okay. Ah, man, almost had him. Almost had him. I ain't gonna lie, man. My adrenaline's pumping right now. I can beat that boss. I almost had him. Didn't get that bonus that time. But as soon as I do beat this boss, I'm not stopping there either. Once I finally do it, I'm gonna start trying to shave off seconds here and there and getting an even higher score. Damn, them things spawned fast that time. That timing kind of screwed me up there on that run. Yeah, yeah, Reluctant Hero, you're exactly right, man. I mean, I've been playing this, I don't know exactly how much time I put into it, but I mean, altogether, probably 7 or 8 hours now um, into this game, and sometimes it takes me forever to even get into a groove in one play session. Or there's been nights where like my first couple of runs were my best out of the whole night. You know, that happens sometimes too. But I've already got to the boss twice already, so I guess I'm not doing too bad tonight. So I think tonight I'm gonna beat the boss. I was so close last time. Not fast enough getting those blocks that time. I'm getting there. Uh, Cigarette time. But yeah, so that PlayStation 2 earlier, it wasn't supposed to come with a game, but when I turned it on and opened the disc tray, there was actually a game inside, and it was basically Yakuza 2, and I was like, damn, that's pretty cool, man. I don't have a case for it, but I checked it out for a minute anyways. Ah. Somebody was telling me on that part to go like up on the left side of the screen and lure the enemies and the bullets that way and then focus on the blocks, so maybe I need to do that. I think I tried that a couple of times the other night when I was playing, but Oh, okay. Zazon Zenzi says on the second S block, try to shoot from one side to the other side to make sure that you shoot the incoming enemies while you're destroying the blocks. All right. Yeah, cause I've tried it different ways. Like I've tried it that way, and I've tried it like um this way, like how you have the spread shot part, like the two side shots that come out, and like destroying those outer ones first, and then the middle ones. But it seems like that only works if like the spawn timing is perfect, you know. So I'm gonna try that this time if I make it there. If I don't die first. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that worked out really well actually. Alright. Got all the bonuses. I'm almost past 600k. Let's do it. Fuck yeah. Finally. 814, 700. Alright, I'm taking a screenshot of that one here in a second. Damn, my fucking heart's pumping, dude. I'm telling you. And now I gotta start point blanking the boss and shaving off some time, because I know that I could at least shave off 5 seconds on that boss. There's like, with the first set of pink bullets, I know that I can get through that part faster. I was just kind of being a little careful this time because I wanted to at least beat him, you know. But now, since I've already done that, I'm just gonna start point blanking him. I like that credit music. Yeah, I think I still have a save state on here for the boss too, to practice him. Because I did do a save state, but I only used it once, and I beat him that time. And then after that, I just kept on playing it, you know, up until now when I finally beat him all in the first run. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick, guys, so the game might stop for a second on screen. I need to figure out what hotkey my save state is on too. I screwed up there. I don't know what my hotkey is, so I'll just have to keep doing it like this for right now. That's hard to do, but I'll do it eventually. I think a lot of people were using like 1 speed to do this. I might try it on 1 and see how I do. Hey, yeah, I might as well go ahead and get straight to the point blanking, because that's the best way to, you know, squeeze as many points as possible out of this dude. So I think I'm getting too close to him, though. That's my problem right now. I'm probably gonna die a million times before I do this, but try this again. That didn't work out. I looked at the chat there for a second and lost a second. Let me read the chat for a second. Alright, tap dodge slowly. Alright. I really gotta figure out what my hotkeys are on this, but I don't really want to go into the settings and all that right now, trying to figure that out. I always get hit by that shield too, trying to come out of there. I guess I'm paying attention to the bullets instead of that. I'm just gonna keep trying it on 4 for right now too, because I'm been playing it on 4 the whole time. So let's see how I do. I'm getting too far over the left, but I know you can weave through those bullets though, because I've seen some other people do it. You can weave right through those bullets. I was trying to change my speed and my buttons kind of screwed up on me. The button mapping, so I'm gonna unplug this USB thing real quick. Plug it back in. I always get hit by that shield. Or I guess I got hit by him that time. Not getting ballsy enough with this. I believe that's what the problem is. Oh, I got you. Get into the circle with speed 4 and then change it. Okay, I got you. Alright. That'll take me a second to get used to, but I just gotta try it a few more times. I'll get the hang of that here in a second. I'm getting too close to him. That's the problem. Alright. I'm getting there. Wait, no, I think I should change my speed after I get out of the shield. Maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah. Yeah, that worked. And sorry, there's like sirens and shit going off out here. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. But I'm not going to keep on doing this forever. I'm just going to try to get a few, practice runs of this to see if I can do this, Speed 1, okay. Alright, I'll try that. Well, I just ran right into it that time. Alright. Sean Connolly says, I would have broken 6 controllers by now. Well, no offense to this controller, but it breaks all the time. I've probably had to take it apart 6 times and reset the buttons on it, but you hear a lot of complaints about this controller, but if people just take them apart and reset the buttons, they work good for a while, and then you have to do it again. But I don't mind because it's an awesome controller. I love using it on the Switch and on the PC, so you know, if that's what I have to do every now and then to have an awesome Saturn controller, then I'm fine with that. Trying to figure out a way. Well, no, I need to go left instead of going right. I need to go left because that's the way he's going when he shoots them pink bullets. Didn't move over fast enough. I don't know why I did that. Well, that wasn't good, was it? I don't know why, but for some reason, feels like it helps a little bit to get into that hole where he's at, like a little bit from the left, but I don't know, maybe it's because I'm left-handed and I do things like that. I don't know. Almost had him. He only had a couple points left. Hmm. There we go. That's a good flow right there to get through that. I just need to stay closer to him. Come on. Yeah, going through them is risky, I agree. It worked that one time, but I'd say it doesn't work like that every time, you know? I've already wasted too much time getting right up in his face there, so I think I've had enough practice. I'm just gonna start over and go through another run. Just looking at the score real quick again. Okay, 814,700. Got greedy there. But I know if I can beat that boss with like 20 seconds remaining, I'll have like a really good score if I get all the bonuses up till then. Damn. And sometimes things like that happens. Just wanted to ask you guys: is the stream running pretty smooth, or has it been like laggy? Because I've actually got my preview window turned off to kind of save some CPU usage. almost boxed myself in there. Took a lot of risk there, but I almost got through it. Didn't get the second bonus in time. Damn, man. Alright guys, well, I'm out of beer and I'm gonna take a break real quick and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and back to the grind. I'm happy as hell that I at least had one good run though. I finally cleared over 800,000. My goal tonight was to clear at least 600,000. So, I guess I'm not doing too bad. If I could get up there in the 900K range, I'd be pretty happy. I don't think I'm going to pass a million. I really don't, because that's just insane, to pass a million. But if I could at least get in the 900,000s, I'd be satisfied. I don't know if anybody's going to beat that 1 million score, but it is possible. If one person could do it, other people could, So, we'll see what happens. I don't think it'll be me, but somebody could do it. Ah. I'm gonna try to get at least one more good run tonight where I beat the boss. Hmm. But if this competition was just like you get one run and that's it, it'd be really hard to get those kind of scores, in one run. Like this is the course of playing over a week, basically, Hmm. I boxed myself in there. I missed the power up. I was going to try to use that invulnerability for a split second to get through those. Alright, let's get back into the groove. Shit. That's one thing about that section right there is you don't know where those ships are going to spawn. Like it's a random formation. So it's easy to screw up, like even on the first 15 seconds, you know. I'll try to get at least one more good run, at least. Sometimes I can get through this part easily, and sometimes I struggle through it. Well, I got the enemies, but I didn't get the blocks in time. Got that one in time, though. That's the one I seem to have the most trouble with. Ah. I'll get there. It'll just take a little bit. I should have just went up instead of trying to shoot him. But sometimes you gotta make like a split-second decision on which way to go. And it can definitely trip you up on these stages. Ah. There's a lot of different tricks to this first part, but sometimes it's hard to do all of them, really. But I don't know. Maybe I take a lot more risk than what I should as well. I mean, because I've seen people have way more consistent runs than I do. And, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of a risky type of player. I don't know. Alright, got both the bonuses at least this time. Ah. audio glitch there. I heard that. I don't know if you guys did, but I got distracted that time. I saw my dog out of the corner of my eye, and he's, I guess, was sitting in front of the door, and I seen the curtains move, and I kind of got distracted out of the corner of my eye there. I used to let him out here with me, like when I'm streaming, but then he's like barking at everything going down the road, you know, so I know there's already enough cricket sounds in the background. I don't need a dog barking too. And even with the noise gate that I have on, it still don't filter out the cricket sounds because they're so damn loud. Alright, that was good. Ah. I don't know why I went that way. I should have went the other way. Alright. Missed a couple of gold blocks, but we're at the boss now. Ah. Died right there trying to point blank him. I'm gonna get this though. And I'm gonna be playing a lot tomorrow too. Because Sunday I work all day, so I'm not really gonna have time to play it on Sunday. So I guess my final score by tomorrow will probably be the last one. Didn't get them fast enough. Alright, well I got to him twice in a row now. Let's see how I do. Sometimes I have to let go of the fire button before it'll let me change the ship speed. I feel like I do a lot of double tapping shit, like double tap kind of dodging. But I don't know, maybe I do that in a lot of shooters. I think I do in Gunbird in a lot of sections. But that's a game I played the hell out of. I mean, damn, I played that for probably 4 months straight and hardly played any other games. You know, just played Gunbird nonstop. I still don't think I could beat the second loop on that game though. But I played it a little bit last night, and that's the first time I played it in probably a couple months now. But I didn't play it that long. I was actually showing it to my little cousin because he stayed the night and we played a lot of games and stuff. And I just played a few levels of it. But I really want to get the original though on the Dreamcast. Or I mean, not the Dreamcast, the Saturn. Gunbird 2's on the Dreamcast. I burned a disc of that one last week so I could try it out, because I've just got the Switch versions right now. But eventually I want to get all those, like the original versions, you know, of the Psycho shooters. Man, that was lucky. That was so fucking lucky, dude. With all them enemies swirling around and bullets and me weaving through that shit. I can't even believe I did that just now. I destroyed all them blocks too, weaving through that, but not fast enough, unfortunately. Okay. The enemy spawn timing was way off on that. I'm not even putting my initials in unless I clear my last high score, because it's kind of pointless. Got greedy again. Trying to get that gold block, sometimes you're just not going to get it. But I think those gold blocks are only worth like, what, 2,000 points anyway? So, I mean, those 8,000 point things are better to pick up if you have to miss one or the other. Alright, got the block that time. Excuse me. Been drinking beer. I'm gonna burp every now and then. I did it again that time, weaving through all them bastards. Been going for about 2 hours now. And at least I got one good run so far. Finally in the 800,000s. Just gotta keep improving, man. Keep doing better. And didn't get them fast enough that time. Damn, man. You know, one thing I'm actually curious about is I wonder if anybody, you know, in this group is actually getting like really consistent runs to where they can get to the boss like every single time, because if they can, that's pretty damn amazing. Because as you can see, I've got to the boss, what, 3 times tonight, and I'm struggling to do it again. You know, like even though I've played the hell out of this and I know how to do it, I'm still struggling with it. That's why I was saying, you know, if this was like a competition to where it was like you play it one time, you get one run, and that's it, like it'd be extremely hard to get a really good run, I think, or it would be for me. Shit, I was focusing too much on them enemies coming down and not the bullets. Mm. Alright, fourth time getting to the boss tonight. Ring Fit Master is back. What's up, man? Glad you were able to make it back. Fuck, I didn't even see what the hell hit me that time. That could have been a really good run, though. Oh well. Let's start the next one. Alright. Gotta focus more. Fuck. Bam. Oh man. Well, glad you're safe, Ring Fit Master. I know all about driving in the snow. I'd say it's pretty damn cold where you're at. It's like probably 65 right now where I'm at. But I kind of miss the winter time and the cold and snow and shit. Because I grew up with all that, you know. Alberta. Yeah, man. I kind of miss it, man. I miss going sledding and snowboarding and just walking around, you know, at nighttime in the snow. You know, I always thought it was so cool because right behind, like, where I used to live was a forest, you know, and sometimes I would just go walking around there at nighttime. There was nobody else out there but me, you know. But I just thought it was cool because, when it's snowing like that, the sky's clear, the moon's out, and with all the snow on the ground, even if you're in the pitch black, dark woods, like you can see everything because that moon shining down on the snow, I don't know, there's nothing else like it. It's really cool. I ran into something. I didn't even see what it was. Yeah, Ring Fit Master. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Uh, Using a tree, or the woods for shielding to keep the wind from hitting you. Honestly, though, I miss all that stuff. Like, for a little while, I'd freeze my ass off because I've been in Florida for like several years, so, you know, but I'd get used to it soon enough and I'd like it just as much as I used to. But Ring Fit Master, I was gonna tell you that next weekend I'm gonna start the Paper Mario stream. So I don't know exactly what day, but um, probably Thursday. And on that one, I'm probably gonna do a series of it until I beat it. So probably like every Thursday for a little bit. Um, we'll be playing that game, until I beat it. Ah, man, never had it happen that way. I see what you're saying, Ring Fit Master, but believe me, it's not all palm trees and bikini babes, I can tell you that. It's really not. It's a totally different world, man. Yeah, same here. I can't wait to play it and check it out either. Those streams are going to be a lot of fun. And this was kind of a last minute thing I decided to do today. Because I've had a lot going on this weekend. Because my first day off of the week is Thursday, which was Thanksgiving. Then I've been pretty busy all day today, and actually had some issues getting the stream started, but I kind of decided to go ahead and do this tonight because I don't know if I'll get another chance to. Getting greedy. Just trying to get one more good run like I had. You know, try to get all the bonuses and beat the boss. Yes, I did. I broke 817,000 points. It's not showing up on here because I reset the game. Because for a little while I practiced with a save state, just beating the boss and stuff like that. But yeah, I cleared 817,000. Because you get a huge bonus after you beat the boss. And really, if you're getting all the bonuses like through the level up into the boss, the only thing you can do after that is really just shave off seconds of trying to beat the boss, because for every second he's still alive, you lose 10,000 points on that bonus, on that end bonus. So it really just comes down to beating that boss as fast as you can possibly beat him with, like, 20 seconds or so left on the clock. But I don't know if I'll get another really good run tonight or not, but I'm going to keep on trying. Didn't get that last one in time or that last gold block. Man, I almost had him. Let's show that boss who's boss. Hopefully this time. But what I'm gonna do is whatever my best score is, because I've been recording the gameplay too this week, you know, when I'm playing. So I will definitely upload my best clip whenever that's finalized, which I'm gonna try to beat, you know, my best for tonight. So, god damn. I knew that was gonna happen, that they were gonna spawn early. Alright guys, well I'm out of beer again, so I'm going to take another quick break and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. And we're going to get started again. Just hoping I have one more good run. Greenfit Master says, my brother and I are watching a cartoon from 1992. It's called James Bond Jr. Somebody please save me. I haven't heard of that one. Is it that bad? Back to the grind. Reluctant Heroes back. Hey man, still trying to get another good run, man. I've got to the boss one more time, but yeah, I haven't cleared that score yet. I'm still at like 817,000 something, but I'm gonna play it for a little bit longer and gonna try to get one more good run at least. And then if Sorrow Maru's streaming, I'm gonna join the Sorrow crew for PC Engine Friday, because I definitely don't want to miss that. I think sometimes I'm a little bit risky, man. Like I play a little risky, you know what I mean? And maybe that's why my runs aren't as consistent. I'm not sure, because I've seen people with like way more consistent runs than me, because I streamed this in Discord a couple nights ago, and I've watched some other people streaming in Discord, and they're way better than I am at this game. You know, what kind of gets me is, as much as I've played this game, you'd think I wouldn't have any problems getting all the bonuses and getting to the boss by now, but I don't know. There must be a flaw in my strategy somewhere. I know that was risky, but I didn't really have any other way to take. Hey, Superboo's here. What's up, man? How you doing? This James Bond is bad, dude. It's same quality as Street Fighter cartoon from the 90s, but even worse. Wow. Must be pretty bad then. Ah, I missed the gold block and another bonus. Right there. Ah, I missed that one too. Oh well, what the hell. That's my new line. Oh well, what the hell. Yeah, definitely. Reluctant Hero, definitely, man. It's there's different tricks to how to delay some of the enemies spawning and stuff like that. Um, but I mean, it's so variable that it's tricky with each run to even do that, you know? I mean, it can be done, but it's just like all these tricks, it seems like it can't be like on every single run. I mean, unless you just had it perfect, you know, which some of those guys might have because they've been killing it. They've been absolutely killing it. And I missed that gold block there because there wasn't really any safe way for me to go back and get it. Can't believe I even dodged that crap. Ooh, god damn. Missed that one because I didn't destroy the blocks fast enough. Fuck. Sometimes I'm barely just getting by the skin of my teeth. Take a break for a second. I'm just kind of thinking for a minute. Kind of thinking about stuff I've learned and picked up tonight and trying to eff efficiently apply that knowledge. I know that some other people are using different emulators too. I'm using RetroArch right now, but I know that there's a few people told me to check out Fusion, and I haven't had a chance to look into it yet, but maybe after the stream I'll have to check that out and see if it runs better on there. I don't know. But I'm not really, I know there's like a very, very small percentage of input lag on this, but not a whole lot, you know. Plus I'm using a gaming monitor which has, you know, definitely a higher refresh rate and, you know, less input lag than the TV. That's actually one reason I chose to stream outside tonight too, to use the gaming monitor versus my 4K TV, because I'm already using a wireless controller, a Bluetooth controller, so that's going to add a little bit of lag anyways, you know. So I might have to try that Fusion emulator later on, see how that does, but I mean, I think it runs well enough on this, to be honest. But just for the sake of trying, I think I'll give it a shot and see how it does, you know. Damn, I didn't get those fast enough that time. Alright. Well, if I can survive, then this will just be a boss practice run. Alright, well, I didn't survive. You know, I know that, like, one strategy to this was, like, getting to the boss first and then worrying about all the other shit later. But I took the opposite approach, because I didn't actually know where the gold blocks were or any of that shit when I started playing it. I figured out all this stuff on my own, you know, without watching videos or anything like that. And so, you know, I kind of went the opposite way of, like, trying to really perfect, you know, getting through the level first, versus, you know, just getting through the level. You know, I wanted to try to perfect getting through the level with the bonuses and all that stuff first. But I don't know, I have a different approach to a lot of things like that anyways. But I know that was one of the most recommended type of starting points, but I didn't do that at all. I just started out basically with no knowledge of how the game worked or anything. Didn't get that fast enough. Again. Feel like every time I get to this point, I'm fucking putting my cigarette out. Beat this bastard. I'm like down to the end of a cigarette every time I fucking get to him. I still think that's the hardest set of S blocks right there is the second one. I mean, even though I know how to do it, like, it's hard for me to do it every single time. That's pretty funny, Ring Fit Master. Yeah, the boss is hard. It is hard, but it's not. It's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like trying to think of a way to put it into words. It's like it is hard, but it's like it looks like it's easy, but at the same time, it's like harder than it should be, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain it. Ah, had all the bonuses that time too. Uh, I just thought about something I wanted to mention here. You know, I've talked about this previously on one of my streams, but you know, when I was growing up, I liked shooter games like this, but I didn't really know a lot about them. Like the only one I probably ever played when I was a kid was Galaga, and I loved it. I still love Galaga, you know. But my favorite one is Galaga '88, and the first time I played that was on the Namco Virtual Arcade collection for the Xbox 360, which, in my opinion, is still the best Namco collection you can ever buy. Is on the 360. I need to pick up a copy of that again. But I pretty much said that to say this, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't know about all the awesome shooter games that were out, you know. I just knew about, like, Galaga, and that was it, you know. I didn't know about all this other stuff. So, you know, when I was younger, I'm sure I would have been into a lot of that stuff had I known about it, you know, but I'm just kind of thankful now that, you know, I do know about this stuff, like all the awesome shooters that came out in the 90s, you know, on the Saturn and on the PC Engine and stuff like that, you know, and I've been obsessed with it ever since I finally got the consoles and have been playing them, you know. I mean, it's almost like that's all I want to play now, you know. I think I definitely play more shooters than anything else nowadays. And before then, I was a big RPG guy. Um, which I still am, but the RPGs that I like is just, you're gonna put like 200 hours into them, so it's kind of hard, you know, to dedicate that kind of time to it, you know, because I kind of have a rule about that stuff. So with RPGs, like if I don't have like 5 or 6 hours in one day to dedicate to it, I'm not even gonna turn it on, you know, because I know that I'm going to get to a certain part of the game that I'm not going to want to stop on, and I'm going to be like, oh no, I need to get to this part. And then 30 minutes later, oh no, I need to do this, I need to do that, I can't stop playing it until I do this. And it's just kind of a domino effect, you know, it just, I end up playing it for 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever, you know. So I kind of have a rule about it now to where I don't do it unless I have enough time to dedicate it to it at the time on that day, you know. So like I've had Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition ever since it came out, and I still haven't beat it. I think I've put in probably not even 40 hours into that game yet. Probably like 30 something, maybe. And I love Xenoblade. I mean, Xenoblade, the whole Xenoblade series is some of my favorite games that's ever been made. But I definitely need to finish that one. Yeah, Galaga's awesome, man. I love it. I still love the hell out of Galaga. And I remember the one night, I don't have any screenshots of it or anything because it was so long ago. I mean, this was more than 10 years ago. But playing it on the 360, and I don't remember what level I got to. I think it was like going on level 30. It was like in the 20s, but like the late 20s. And it was just extremely hard to even get to that point. And still to this day, I have no idea how many fucking levels are in that game. Um, I can't. I think I researched that one time and found it online, and I think it said there was like 100 fucking levels or something like that in that game. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how anybody beat that shit. But it's awesome though. I still like to play Galaga and stuff like that every now and then. But you know, had I known about all the stuff on the Super Nintendo and like the Genesis when I was a kid, I would have been all over it, man, because I had a Super Nintendo and a Genesis and stuff when I was little, and an NES too. You know, there was a lot of good NES shooters. But I think when I was a kid, you know, it seems like I mostly played like platformers and uh, I guess action type of games. I'm not sure about that, Ring Fit Master. I'm really not sure. I know that I don't remember it having a 3D overworld or anything like that, but I think that I had a 3DS game that was like, I think it was called the Galaga and Pac-Man collection or something like that. And it had the original Galaga. It had Galaga Legions on it, and it also had a new Galaga that they made for the 3DS specifically that was like a first person, like on rails game, and man, that shit was hard. Like, I don't think I could even get past the second level on that game. But it was pretty cool though. I mean, it was pretty impressive, what they were doing, with 3D on that system at the time, and just how it looked. I mean, it was a cool game, but it was just really hard. Oh, Reluctant Hero, he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude, that game's pretty awesome, man. Um, I still have the case for it, but I think I'll let somebody borrow the cartridge for like another cartridge that they had. And I think I probably didn't see him again or something after that. I don't remember what happened, but I've still got the case. I don't have the cartridge though. But I can't remember the name of that one Galaga though that was like an on rails type of shooter game, but it was cool though. It was definitely a cool game. Oh, Pac-Man World 2. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't have it, but I've seen it before. Oh, well. Now my controller's taking a shit on me. I don't know if anybody else has this problem with the Retrobit Saturn controller, but I have to unplug this sometimes and like plug it back in to get it to start working right. And sometimes the button mapping will be all screwed up. Like sometimes you'll hit like this button and instead it'll be hitting this button or that button. So it's kind of weird how it does that. I don't know why it does. And it doesn't matter what system I'm playing it on, or if I'm playing it just on the computer. It does it no matter what system I'm playing it on. Alright. I'm going to try to focus and get a good run this time. Went a little bit too far over. Oh, another game that I'd love to pick up. I don't really care about getting all of them, but I really want to get the Capcom Generations collection, the first one, for the Sega Saturn, because then I could play all the 1943 games in Tate mode and do a Tate mode stream of that. Those 1943 games are awesome. And currently I have 1943 for the Famicom, the white cartridge, and I have I've played 1943 Kai for the PC Engine on my EverDrive. But I definitely want to do more Tate mode streams in the future. The last one that I did, I'm actually really disappointed in how it turned out, because I did a test stream the day before that of, MAME and stuff like that, and some of the Steam shooters I've downloaded that have Tate mode support, and I finally got it working right on that test stream, and then the real streams that I did, it looked like crap. It was lagging the whole time when I was playing MAME and stuff, and so I don't know if it's an internet issue or a computer issue, but it's probably both. But I think what I'm gonna do is in February I should have a good bonus check coming, so I think I'm just gonna buy a badass computer and build it. Or I mean, buy a bunch of parts, you know, and build a badass computer. And by that time, I can probably upgrade my internet and stuff like that, and we'll be able to do, you know, better streams where I'm actually streaming from the computer and not using a capture card or whatever. But it'll help those streams too, even when I'm using a capture card, because depending on what system it is, I've noticed that sometimes there's some considerable lag and stuff like that, and you know, I really don't want my streams to be that way, you know, because we're getting more and more people watching now, you know, and I want it to look as good as I can possibly make it to be, you know. So here in a few months, I'm going to invest in, you know, getting a badass computer and getting some more lights and stuff like that, make the lighting better, and, you know, really have a more professional setup. But, you know, I've came a long way though. I mean, from the first videos I made where I had oh, just a webcam in my laptop and no lighting or no anything at all, you know, to what it is now. So I mean, it's came a long way, and it's gonna get better. And I want to let you guys know that it's gonna get better. You know, and it won't be too long before all that happens. Because especially with these retro games too, I mean, I'm streaming in 720, but I'd like to be doing 1080 as well if possible, you know, if my internet and my computer can handle it. I think my controller's going dead. Shit, I don't even have an extra USB port I can plug this thing up to. Well, I might have to stop the game. But that's alright. I'll sit here and talk to y'all for a minute. I'm gonna switch screens here. But hey, at least we cleared 100, or what was it, 817,000, so that's not too bad. I want to get into the 900K club if possible. I'm gonna play this tomorrow and hopefully, you know, get in there. So just kind of reading y'all's comments here for a second. $800K club is better than 600K. Yeah, man, definitely. And I wasn't even at 600 before before tonight. So I'm glad I at least had one good run. You know, I made it to the boss several times, but I only beat him once. But I'm just reading Mackenzie's comments here. He's talking about the player's choice copy of the Pac-Man World 2. Yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, as expensive as a lot of these games are right now, I don't even care if, you know, it's player choice or not, you know. I mean, I'm happy just to have the game really. But Sega Rally Championship 95. That's a Japanese PS2 game. Oh, so it's exclusive to, is it exclusive to the Japanese PlayStation 2? He says, I'm glad we beat the record. I don't have to get Smithers to release the hounds. Yeah, I'm sure Wings, there's a bunch of Black Friday deals and stuff on the Switch right now. I haven't been able to keep up with it a lot, honestly. Um, but I know that some retailers had like, 33% off, or some of them were like 50% off. Um, I meant to ask you, did you ever get a Switch? I'm sure Wings, because I know a while back you were talking about getting one. Oh, I see. Ring Fit Master. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind, man. I'll have to check that out. Oh, I see. I'm sure Wings. So you're talking about the console itself. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, with Nintendo consoles, from what I can always remember on Black Friday, the console itself was always full price. Um, from what I always remember, but the games can be cheaper. So I'd say the console itself is probably still at full price, especially with the demand for the Switch, because we've had shortages of it this year as well, and then the scalping and everything has kind of continued. So I'd say the Switch itself is probably still the same price. I don't know if anybody has it cheaper right now, but it's definitely worth the money, man. I mean, I picked mine up day one, but I actually sold a lot of stuff to get mine too, which I think I've told the story. But I first party Nintendo games hold their value, even in current gen systems. Even the Wii U, um, first party Nintendo games actually hold their value. So what I did was, when I actually got pre-ordered my Switch, um, GameStop was having a deal to where they would give you 50% more trade-in credit. So I on their app they have like a trade-in thing or trade value thing where it shows you like how much your games are worth. So I put in a bunch of different games and it wasn't showing up anything significant. So I started putting in like my first party Nintendo titles to see what they give me for it, and those actually were worth the most money. So what I did was I traded in 9 Wii U games and one Xbox One game, and it came out to $200. But with the 50% extra trade-in credit, I got 300. So that was enough to actually pay off the Switch, minus the tax. And then I got all the amiibos that came out with Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I got the special edition Zelda Breath of the Wild with it, and so I mean, I'll probably put 300 with it with all the accessories I bought, plus the Pro controller and different things like that. But that's how I did it, and then I planned on buying all those games back too. So now I have pretty much all those Wii U games that I traded in, except for maybe like one or two. But I've got a pretty good Wii U collection. There's probably about, I don't know, maybe 5 games that I actually really want for the system, but most of them are like rare and kind of hard to get, or they didn't have a physical copy in the US. So I'm looking at modding my Wii U because I did successfully soft mod my Wii last weekend to be able to play Wii imports, and it worked. It worked perfectly. Um, I got to play some Captain Rainbow. I picked that up at the retro store. last or a couple weeks ago now. It was the week before last, and it was really cool from what I played of it. I didn't have a whole lot of time to put into it just because I've been so busy here lately. But I eventually want to do a stream of Captain Rainbow, which is actually, for you guys who don't know, you might know about Captain Rainbow, but that is actually a first party Nintendo title that never came out in America. So that's a first party Nintendo game actually. It's not a third party game. We just never got it in America. Yeah, I'm sure Wings definitely, man. I mean, if you got the money to spare and you want to get a Switch, man, I mean, you know, you could go with the Switch Lite too, which is $100 cheaper. You just won't be able to plug it into the TV. But I'm sure there's probably workarounds to that. You could probably get like a USB-C to HDMI cable and plug it in that way without a dock. Maybe I'm not sure if it works that way, but if you wanted a Switch Lite, you could get that for $200, and then buy a few games that are on sale. Renfit Master says Nintendo never seems to drop the price of their consoles or games. I swear Nintendo would rather take games off the shelves themselves rather than see them go into clearance bins. You're probably right about that. I mean, honestly though, like with Black Friday and stuff like that, I don't ever remember a Nintendo console going on sale. Even the Wii U, I don't remember that really going on sale that much. I mean, when I bought mine, um, it didn't have that much of a discount. I think it was only like what, maybe like $20 off, and I got the Wii U deluxe bundle that came with Super Mario 3D World. Super Boo says, I think there has been some bundles with the Switch and a game for the price of just the console, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, you're right though. I think I have seen something like that before where it's like $300, but you get the console and like a game that's bundled in. That's very possible. Refit Master says, I wish Nintendo would have their first party games for $20 or $30 range. I don't like to sound cheap, but I don't like to pay too much for my games. I hope you understand. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Um, I think this is kind of my perception of it. It's kind of similar to yours, but just a little bit different. So I think there's some first party Nintendo games that should be, cheaper, like 20, 30, $40 range, which sometimes they are, but it's not very often. Um, but I think the majority of the titles that they're coming out with, especially the bigger ones, are well worth $60. Especially if you look at everything else that's out there. I think it's well worth $60. But some of the stuff that they've come out with, I mean, even like 1-2 Switch, I've never bought that game, and I mean it was what, $50 when it came out, but that should have been like a $20 game, dude. Like a tech demo type of thing, or really it should have probably just been bundled with the system to begin with. Um, but I definitely see what you mean. I mean, it gets expensive, like especially me. I like all the consoles, but I am a big Nintendo fan. I always have been, and I've supported Nintendo ever since I was a kid. But there are a lot of games that I don't feel are worth $60. But I could say the same thing for anything else, really. You know, um, Usually with a lot of these third party games, I wait until they're like $20 at least, before I even pick it up. So the only thing is with Nintendo stuff, it's not going to go down that far unless they make, a player's choice version like 5 years down the road. Um, so unless you just want to wait a really long time, to get that Nintendo game, then you're gonna have to fork over $60, you know. Yeah, there is a lot of those Mario Kart bundles. I think that's probably one of their most popular ones. But Mario Kart always sells. You know, Mario Kart is a huge seller. If you keep and if you keep up with the sales numbers, even in the Wii U days, the 3DS days, all that type of stuff, Mario Kart, just check it. You know, check the Amazon best sellers, and you're always going to see a Mario Kart game in there in that top 10. It's always going to be there. You know, Mario Kart is one of the highest selling franchises that Nintendo has. Um, so it makes a lot of sense, you know, that they would actually, you know, keep on selling that same bundle with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you know, and just keep on selling that same one because, you know, they know at some point, even if you buy a Switch without any games, most likely you're going to pick up Mario Kart 8 at some point, you know. So I think that's a pretty smart deal, you know, for them to keep doing that, you know. You know, Nintendo makes mistakes just like every other company, but they do have a lot of smart ideas and marketing ideas too. Um, Sometimes they really outdo their competition as far as stuff like that goes. Um, but yeah, I mean, even with, you know, now we have the Xbox Series S and Series X and the PlayStation 5. I don't think it's a bad time at all right now to pick up a Switch, you know, because for one thing, the Switch has a massive, massive library of games, you know, digital and physical, you know, and they're going to keep supporting the Switch, you know, for years to come. And we're going to get another Switch at some point, you know, like a better, uh, more powerful Switch, I'm sure. You know, I think they're probably going to stick with the hybrid console model that they've been doing because it's worked out very well for them. You know, if they wait a couple more years or a few more years and release, you know, the next generation Switch, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be just as successful. You know, Ring Fit Master says I've been a Nintendo fan my whole life too, but I'm also their biggest critic. Hey man, I see it the same way. You know, it's like I'm not a fanboy of anything. You know, like I like video games in general, um, and consoles. Nintendo's done a lot of stupid stuff, but hey, all these other companies have too. You know, it's like, um, I don't know if you guys watch Review Tech USA, but he just put out a video about all that too, and I agree with like everything he says, you know, about that stuff. It's like, you know, when a company does good, praise them for it. When they do something really stupid, criticize them for it. You know, that's basically the short part of the story there. But it's the truth though. I mean, you know, I don't really have anything against, you know, Microsoft or Sony. I mean, but they all have their flaws, you know. Um But here's the thing with me, as far as like AAA video game development, especially third parties, sometimes we see amazing stuff come out, but a lot of it's more of the same stuff. It's more of the first person shooter type of thing with microtransactions and all this other stuff. And I don't really care about that stuff or want to support it, you know, and that's one thing Nintendo hasn't really been doing. Now they have tried to pull the microtransaction crap in a few of their games. One in particular was on the 3DS, Fire Emblem Echoes. Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia Echoes is what it was called. That's the entire name. Um, but basically, to see the whole game and see everything in it, you have to download all the DLC. Plus, you had to have both of the amiibos um, that were specific to that game as well. So that was the first time they really tried the microtransaction thing, and I enjoyed that game. I had the collector's edition of it. I had the amiibos of it too, but which I recently sold my whole collection of those. But that's one thing I wasn't gonna do is download the DLC because I think altogether it was like $40, like which is what the price of the game was. So I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna put $40 into the game plus another 40 into the DLC into the season pass, and then another what 20 or 30 or however much it was for the amiibos. I mean, that's just crazy. you know, you're spending like 120 on a game that should be $40, so but to my knowledge, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the last time they really tried to do the microtransaction thing in a game, you know. So I think they've learned from their mistakes in a lot of ways, especially with the Wii U. They've learned from it, and to my knowledge, they haven't really pushed the transaction thing since then. So, which was God, I mean, that was what 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, before the Switch even came out. Actually, that was when the Wii U was still out, and I actually didn't get a new 3DS XL until after the Switch was out. I actually bought one when Metroid Samus Returns came out, and I actually bought that uh, console and the game. I got the special edition of the game and those amiibos. But now, even that game in particular, if you didn't have the amiibos for that Metroid game, then you couldn't unlock the hard mode. So that was another reason to actually buy the amiibos too. Um, but I really don't regret selling them. I mean, I do kind of miss them. There was a lot of them I really liked, especially that Metroid one. The Metroid one was probably one of my favorite ones I had. But I pretty much traded that to get an amazing retro game setup that I never even dreamed was possible of having, up until like the last couple months, you know. So I mean, I'm so happy, dude, with my setup right now that I don't even care about missing all those. And I had about 50 of them too, and some like really rare ones. But you know, I didn't scalp them either. They got a pretty good deal on it. You know, especially with all the rare ones that I had. But I sold them all at once. The only ones I kept were the little Yoshi ones, and I still have those. But I was saving them for somebody else too if they ever want to pick them up. But anyways, I kind of got off track here. But I'm really excited to see what the next Switch thing is going to be. Is it going to be a hybrid? Is it going to be, you know, capable of 4K? I don't know if it really would be, you know, for them to be able to make it cost effective. I don't know if they could do it. You know, I mean, even if you look at phones and iPads and stuff like that now, they're extremely expensive. Some of them can take 4K video, but they can't play 4K content and stuff like that as well. So we'll have to see how much Nvidia pushes the boundaries of the Tegra chip, before the next Switch comes out. We already know that there's more powerful Tegra chips than what's in the Switch already. Even when the Switch launched, they already had a more powerful Tegra chip, but the production was already basically in the process, so they couldn't really change everything over. Plus, it would have costed more money since it's a newer chip to put in the Switch. So we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely excited for what Nintendo's got brewing to come out here in the next couple years or few years or whatever. Some people are saying that there's going to be a Switch Pro in 2021 or something like that. It could, but I don't really expect it to. I mean, unless we have like 3 or 4 revisions of the Switch like we did the 3DS, which would be kind of ridiculous at this point, which it could happen. I mean, it's happened in the past. I mean, look at the regular DS. We had what? The DS, the DS Lite, the DS, whatever one it was that they finally put the camera in there. They had like 3 or 4 revisions of that, and then they had like what, 5 revisions of the 3DS. The DSi, yeah, the DSi, that was it. Yeah, but you know how we originally started talking about this though is about the price of like first party Nintendo games. You know, I think some of them should be cheaper, but I think a lot of them should still be 60, to be honest, just because of how good they are. And one way you have to think about it too is like some of those games aren't really system sellers, but they're amazing games. You know, they're not third party games, they're not indie games. Um, and some of them struggle to hit like 2 million in sales, you know what I mean? Even look at the whole Fire Emblem series up until now with Fire Emblem Houses. I think they finally cleared like what, 3 million um, for Fire Emblem, and that's the highest selling Fire Emblem game that there's ever been. And Fire Emblem has been around since the Famicom. You know, it's not a series that just came up out of the blue. You know, this has been around since the fucking 80s. You know, the late 80s. So I'm happy Fire Emblem is, finally getting some more attention. You know, before Three Houses, it was Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS, which is an amazing game. I absolutely love that game. That game in particular actually got me into RPGs again. Um, I was in the ambassador program for the 3DS because I got mine so early. I think I got mine within the first week that it actually came out. And so I got, the ambassador program, which gave you like 10 NES game downloads and 10 Game Boy Advance downloads, which you couldn't even download those on the eShop at that time. So it was exclusive, you know. Um, and one of the games was Fire Emblem Shadow Warrior or Shadow Dragon. Sorry about that. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon was the name of it. And I started playing through that, and I was just amazed. You know, I was like, damn, man. You know, I had played all those other Game Boy Advance games, and I just left that one sitting there and didn't play it for months or hell, maybe even a year or whatever. And one day I just decided to play it, and I'm like, God, man, I can't believe I waited this long to play this. This is awesome, you know? And then it wasn't long after that when Fire Emblem Awakening was coming out. And I picked it up and I just fell in love with it, you know? And from then on, you know, I really started getting into Fire Emblem. But unfortunately, a lot of those games had gotten kind of expensive, you know, especially like the GameCube one and the Wii one. I still don't own those, you know, but eventually I want to get those because I've never played any, home console Fire Emblem games really, except for the handheld ones. I guess Three Houses could be considered a home port, um, and a handheld since it's hybrid. But um, for Fire Emblem games, do I think they should charge $60? Hell yeah, because they're not going to hit amazing numbers like Super Mario Odyssey or The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Mario Kart 8 or anything like that, But these devs need enough money to keep on funding these projects too and be profitable. So, with something like Fire Emblem, it's Intelligent Systems is basically the devs, first party devs for Nintendo that are making this. So, Intelligent Systems and Nintendo both need to get paid. So, yeah, I think they should charge $60 for those games for any of them because they're amazing games. You're gonna get your $60 worth. You know, even with Fire Emblem Houses, well, it's called Three Houses, but now they have the season pass where you can play as the fourth house. So that's at least 4 playthroughs that game that you can get. And I put in, I think, what, about 120 hours into my first playthrough. So I mean, you're talking about a game that you could put in 400 or 500 hours into. You know, I think it's worth $60. Now, 1-2 switch or something like that, hell no. 20. Maybe. But I'm gonna read y'all's comments because I've been kind of ranting myself here for a little bit. I got to light my cigarette because I've been talking so much. It went out on me. Ring Fit Master says most of my criticism to Nintendo is toward their very poor servers, and sometimes their gimmicks go too far that aren't fun. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Their servers aren't that good. I mean, look at Smash Brothers. A lot of people still can't get a good enough connection in Smash Brothers. You know, especially trying to play competitively. And then there's a ton of gimmicks they've come up with over the years with really every one of their systems, especially since the Wii. Um, I'm sure Wing says, yeah, they keep pushing these $100 plus bundles. Yeah, they do, man. Especially these third party games, because if you look at Call of Duty or any of these other games, you know, they're pushing the digital deluxe editions and all this other crap, man. It's going to be $120 or more, you know, and then there's probably still going to be money that you're going to have to put into it later. And it's just crazy, man. It really is. Um, Green Fit Master says, I hate microtransactions. I've been really hating DLCs too. That's why I've been getting into retro gaming. Maybe some have less content, but it's a complete package. Hell yeah, dude. I definitely agree, you know. And even with me now, I've been this way for a few years now, actually, but I'll wait for games to come out until there's a complete edition, you know, to be able to get the disc. Because, like, you could go into GameStop right now and you could find just a ton of PS4 and Xbox One games that are like $5, $10, but they're not the complete editions either. And you go and look over at the pre-owned, and I'm talking about like the little bins they have, you know, with like the budget games. That's where you'll find all those games at. You go over to the shelf and look at their pre-owned or new section, and you'll find the complete edition right there half the time. You know, because it's been several years since those games came out, and now they do have a complete edition. Um, Super Boo says they still got them in their mobile games like Fire Emblem Heroes and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely they do. I mean, I will say one thing about that though. Like, I actually still have Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone. I haven't played it since it came out. I played it for probably a good, I don't know, I'll probably put 10 hours or so into that game, and it's good. I mean, it's Fire Emblem. It's a good game, and I think it's great for anybody that doesn't know anything about Fire Emblem, you know, to actually get them into the series. And you know, the thing is they don't really have to spend money on it. You know, I mean, I didn't. I just kind of played it to see how good of a game it was. You know, and if it actually was true to the Fire Emblem series or not. And it was. I think it's a good game. You know. Ring Fit Master says, I don't like to scout people or rip people off. I once found a game way less than what it was worth. I paid the guy a little bit more because it made me uncomfortable how much he was charging. Yeah, I'm actually the same way. I've got some similar stories like that, but I won't go into that here because it's kind of a long story. Um, Super Boo says, and they still have the DLC stuff for Pokemon Sword and Shield and the fighter passes for Smash and all that stuff. But those DLCs for Pokemon actually do add quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, I haven't played the newer Pokemon games. I did have Pokemon Let's Go Eevee for a little while, and I just didn't really get into it. I played it a little bit, but I just didn't really keep on playing it. Probably because I might have been still playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and different other games like that at that time. Um, I didn't think it was a bad game, but it wasn't really my cup of tea, I guess. Um, but the newer Pokemons, I know that they have add-ons for it. Now for Smash, um, that's I don't know. I guess I'm kind of on the fence about that one. Like on one hand, I think they could have just waited and included it all in one game. On the other hand, I think, you know, the development time it takes for them to get all those characters ready and all the tweaks and play testing that it takes, even on a competitive level, to get that character right, before it releases, it I can sort of see, where it's justified to have it, in a fodder's pass type of thing. Um, so on those type of things, like for fighting games, I'm sort of in between. I'm kind of in the gray area on that. I don't really lean towards one or the other. Um, but even with those games, I would like to see a complete edition. One example is Dragon Ball Fighters. I absolutely love that game. I sold it to a friend last year. I was kind of in a bind, dude I work with, and I sold it to him for 20 bucks. The Switch version too, which is always more expensive than the other ones, because he's a huge Dragon Ball fan. In his car, he actually has a gear shifter that is the fucking 7-star ball, and he's a huge Dragon Ball fan, so, and he's a pretty good friend of mine. So I was like, hey man, I really need some gas money. Do you want this, you know, game? I'll sell it to you for 20 bucks. And he said, yeah. So I sold it to him. So, um, sometimes we run into, you know, money issues. But that's another game that I would love to see, um, get a complete edition outside of the Fighters Pass, because there's a ton more fighters in that game getting added than something like Smash. You know, it's like almost a double roster getting added into that game. So, yeah, I'd love to see a complete edition of those. Reinfit Master says this is a weird question, but in the near future, when the PS5 and Xbox Series X games going up $10. Do you think Nintendo will too? I hope not. $90 Canadian for a standard copy is insane. I would have to agree with you there. I mean, we don't really know, but to be honest with you, I don't think Nintendo would, or at least not for a few years. It depends on what they're trying to do, because well, here's kind of my thought about it. If you really look at their history and what's went on with the Switch and the cartridge situation over the last few years, these cartridges are actually more expensive than Blu-rays to procure and get enough of them enough to launch a game. So they have came out with ones that have more memory now that are more affordable and things like that, and that's why we're seeing bigger games, get put on these cartridges with no downloads or anything like that. Now a lot of them still do have downloads, which a lot of that is just laziness, if you ask me. Just the publisher being lazy. But with that being said, you know, Microsoft and Sony are not having to worry about that, because for one thing, they don't use cartridges. Blu-rays don't change, because it's either 50 gigs on one side, or if it's a dual layer Blu-ray disc, then it's 50 gigs on the other side too, which is 100 gigs. That's why these bigger games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and I can't remember what it is. There's another game coming out pretty soon for the PS5. It's going to be 2 discs as well. Maybe it's Cyberpunk. I think it was Cyberpunk actually. It's going to have 2 discs because it's, a big game. But when you think about all that, it's like, these discs are dirt cheap for them. The only reason they're increasing the price on it is probably one, for if they don't have any microtransactions in it to begin with, then they want to make an extra $10 to kind of make up for that microtransaction. The other thing could be is just the insane massive cost it takes to develop a AAA game and it still be profitable. You know, um, that's my only two reasons that I can think of, just because I'm not in the business, but I do have a business kind of mindset. Um, so I think those are the two most logical reasons, but I'm sure that there's other factors and other things that go into that, besides what I've said so far tonight. Ring Fit Master says, I like to support devs too. Most of them are good people, but those lawyers, I hate those suits and ties. Well, I agree with you, man. I really don't care for lawyers. Okay, and I have to deal with them all the time, so I don't really care for them either. Superboo says, "Dang, I was looking it up, and with the inflation, a $90 game from '94 would be worth $158 a day." Yeah, man, it is crazy. It is. It's extremely crazy, man. Looking at the prices of retro games now versus then. Reluctant Hero says, yeah, the mobile game is surprisingly legit. Yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes is actually a really good game. You don't have to spend money in it unless you want to. I mean, you might have to grind a little bit more, but dude, Fire Emblem Heroes is a good game, and it's a great game to actually get people into the Fire Emblem series that don't want to spend any money on it either. You know, um, Subaru says, I was looking it up because Phantasy Star 4 for the Genesis was $90 back in the day. Yes, that is true. It was an expensive game back then. Greenfit Master says, my only concern about Smash Brothers is how will the series evolve from here, and I would love to see subspace emission area or something similar like that we saw in Brawl. Yeah, it's I think a lot of people are probably questioning that too, because this is Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's got the biggest roster there's ever been in any Smash Brothers game. Hell, probably in any fighting game. It's just massive. Like how do they top this? You know, I mean, even Sakurai was probably wondering how the hell he was going to top the last Smash Brothers. You know, so I don't know. We have no idea. But what I can tell you is they're going to have to get very creative with that in order to top this last one. I'm guilty of not putting enough time into Smash Brothers for the Switch. I have played it, but I haven't played it nowhere near enough. And to be completely honest with you, I used to be better at that stuff when I was a little kid. I used to own the original Smash Brothers, and I'd kick all kinds of ass at it. But you know, after playing all these other fighting games, especially Street Fighter style games, and you know, games that have Street Fighter style combos and stuff like that, that's what I like now, and that's what I'm interested in playing. So going back to a Smash Brothers game, it's just really hard for me to get into, um, like competitively, you know, because I'm really not that great at it. Like a 5-year old could probably kick my ass at Smash Brothers, you know. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that. You know, I'm sure there will be another Smash Brothers that they're not going to let that franchise go. They're not just going to sit on that IP because it's been one of their most successful games. They're not just going to sit on that. They're going to keep on, you know, adding on to it and making it better. I don't know what they'll do next time, but I know this is not the last Smash Brothers. It's definitely not the last one. Ring Fit Master says, I think they're forcing the extra $10 to make us pay the developer's fee. Yes, I definitely agree. I think that's the most logical explanation because you have to look at how much development time they put into this. I mean, depending on how many years it takes them to develop this game, how many resources that company puts into it, how much money they put into it, and then they're putting all this stuff up front to put it out there on the store shelves and hope that it sells, you know. So they don't know what kind of return they're going to get. They can estimate the sales numbers all they want, but at the end of the day, they don't really know if it's going to sell, 10 copies or 10 million. They really don't know. And so I can understand it to a degree. I can understand it. Ring Fit Master says, have seen the Sakura memes about Smash Brothers Ultimate. Sakura tells everyone never to ask him for anything ever again. Oh, you mean Sakurai? Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and that's true. I think he did say something like that at some point, a couple years back. But there's a lot of amazing stuff in the new Smash Brothers. I mean, there's a ton of different modes. I've played all of them, you know, but I mean, the biggest thing is the competitive scene in it. And there's a lot of stuff going on with that. I mean, I don't keep up with it like religiously, but I know people that are, really into Smash and play competitively. And even just seeing the stuff that they say on their YouTube channels and stuff like that, um, about the cons and the Smash Brothers tournaments, like the in-person tournaments that are going on, and there's just a lot of stuff that's been happening, especially over the last year. A lot of that stuff's getting shut down. Uh, I know some of them Nintendo were like not supporting it all anymore. Um, so the Smash community itself is just kind of all over the place right now, really. I'm not a competitive player. I just play it for fun every once in a blue moon, to be completely honest. Um, I don't play it religiously. Um, but like I said, I like other types of games better. Like if it was me, like playing a game on the Switch, like I would probably way rather play, Dragon Ball Fighters or a similar game, something like that, that has like Street Fighter type controls. And I'd have way more fun with that than playing, Smash Brothers or something like that. But Green Fit Master says, I think the dude hates Smash Brothers fans, especially Melee fans. It could be possible. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it could definitely be possible. That's the only Smash Brothers game that I actually never had a chance to play was Melee. I've never played Melee. Even back when I was growing up and had a GameCube, I never had that one. And the reason why I never bought it was because all the friends that I had at the time, I knew they wouldn't care anything about it and they wouldn't play it with me. So I was like, why would I just get Smash Brothers to play it over and over again by myself, So that's why I never bought it. But if I would have had friends at the time that were interested in it, I definitely would have got it. But I've been streaming for a pretty good while now, about 3.5 hours, and I did top my high score on this game. So I'm really happy about that. I'm hoping to maybe top it again tomorrow if possible. Tomorrow will probably be the only other day that I'll be able to practice it before this competition ends. So, Ring Fit Master says, did you hear Nintendo just shut down a Smash Brothers Melee tournament because they were using emulation? Nintendo, you aren't making any money on Melee anymore, so what's the big deal? Was that what it was actually over? I didn't know that. See, a lot of times I scroll through YouTube and I see like what the name of the video is or whatever, and I'm like, oh, well, this must have happened or that must have happened, but I don't know all the details. So that's one of those things. I actually saw that either today or yesterday or something like that, and I was like, well, what is this all about? But thanks for filling me in because now I know. I didn't know about that. Um, I know that there were some issues going on earlier this year. Um, some YouTubers that got shut down completely. There was a lot of weird, you know, stuff going on at these tournaments. I'm not really going to go in detail about all that here because you guys probably already know all about that. Um, but you know, with that and a lot of other things, it just seems like the Smash community is kind of getting broken down. You know what I'm saying? um, Not really something I'm interested in being a part of. You know, even now, like I'm just not really interested in that whole scene anymore. Um, it's not that it's a bad game, but it's just I don't know. It's one of those games that, for me in particular, it's a couch co-op game. It was meant to be a couch co-op game. It was meant to be sitting in a room full of your friends and having fun and playing, you know, 4 player Smash or whatever, you know, and playing one on one online is okay, I guess, but you know, for me, that's not really, you know, what the fun of playing Smash is. So I don't know. I kind of have different ideals on that, I guess. But anyways, I've been streaming for a long time, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here pretty soon, here in a couple minutes. And but everybody that come out, man, I appreciate y'all watching. I had a ton of fun tonight. I finally beat my high score on this. I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna stream again tomorrow or not. We'll just have to kind of see how things goes. And if I do, who knows? I might not even stream this game, depending on um how much time I'm able to put into it tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But um, if I don't stream again this weekend, definitely come next Thursday. I'll be streaming Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and shout out to Ring Fit Master Mackenzie Peters for sending me that game. And so we're gonna, you know, play that game and have a lot of fun. And then I think I'll probably stream that maybe one night a week or something like that until I beat it. And then on the other nights that I'm off, you know, I can stream another game or work on videos. So that'll work out perfect. But I will go ahead and end the stream, guys. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all next time. And if Sorrow is still streaming, then I'll be there for PC Engine Fridays here in just a couple minutes. But I hope y'all have an awesome night, and I will see y'all again next time.